What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Daily Rage Quit. I'm your host, Weiss, and alongside me, the one, the only, Steelman.
Hey, what's going on, all?
And everybody, today's episode, we are going to talk about the new and exciting trailer launched by Ubisoft this past week, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. We're bringing Vikings to the Assassin's Creed world. This is the 12th fucking title of this franchise. It's something that's working. It's a showrunner, just like The Simpsons. So they're going to keep on bussing out these games nonstop. And we get excited every time we see it. There's always something cool. But this one's a little bit different. We're going into an era where there's blood, there's carnage, there's fucking Vikings. And it is sick. It takes place in 873 AD. And my initial impression right off the bat when I went through the trailer and I went through the dev trailer as well, I'm actually really stoked about it. I don't play a ton of Assassin's Creed, but I'll tell you this. When you bring Vikings in, when you talk about raids, and when you talk about a pretty deep story, I'm actually genuinely interested in it. There's also two other things I'll talk about a little bit later. But Steelman, let's jump with you, man, and talk about what are the things that are sticking out to you.
One of the things that's sticking out to me is the cool settings that they've mentioned. They've mentioned Norway and England as the two main settings. We're not really, they weren't specific about how much time we'll be spending in England versus Norway. It looks like a lot of it will probably take place in England, but both are very different environments. So geographically, topographically, all of those things, they're, flora and fauna, everything's different in these environments. So I'm expecting them to be two very different environments that we can explore. The time frame is 1873 AD. 873 AD. God, keep messing that up. 873 AD. England is not yet a country, so it's still ruled by feudal lords. There's going to be a lot of different factions there, not just one king, so that'll be cool. The weapons also big thing here for me. It sounds like you'll be able to dual wield anything. They even mentioned that you'll be able to dual wield 2 round shields if you so desire, just to be a giant shield. And then you have a throwing axe, which is awesome. Regular axes, spears, and then of course the hidden blade, which makes an appearance in the trailer as well. And obviously, we all knew that was coming. But yeah, I mean, you have a lot of variety in these weapons. It looks like there will also be a bow. I saw a lot of bow action, so hopefully we'll get some of that as well.
I think what's really cool about the weapons is that, I saw like fire arrows. I don't know what it is, but like we in every movie, everything historically proposed, like when Vikings always raid a beach or anything like that, it's always fire arrows flying in the air and just trying to annihilate everybody. And I guess, catch the boat on fire, catch the people on fire, and obviously illuminate some stuff. But I think bow action is definitely gonna be super cool. I think throwing axes, dude, fucking tossing one across the map and just like nailing someone in the head. I think it's gonna be super sick.
Yeah, I mean, you can never have too little fire arrows. Let's be real. I mean, anytime arrows are involved, I'm there. Um, and yeah, throwing axe sounds awesome. I think it'll probably be something that you're just kind of whip out and toss at some guy, and then you can go in with your dual wielding on them with whatever else you have. So yeah, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be exciting.
I think in conjunction with that, big thing that I have with this is, we got some cool weapons, and we all know based off of lore and stuff like that that the Vikings were absolutely ruthless, right? They fought like champions essentially every single time they went to battle, and when it came down to that, like annihilating people was super important. Like you have to anticipate that this game is going to be extraordinarily violent. Would you say this may be the most violent Assassin's Creed that comes out?
I hope so. I hope there's dismemberment.
I hope there's just a giant axe that just gets swung, and like one of the animations is just somebody just gets hit to a tree, and the dude just takes an axe and chops his head off right off the bat, and they just like tumble down. That is what I'm anticipating. Like you saw like the impalement, when that one Viking takes a spear directly through the side of his stomach, and you're just like, holy shit, and he's just like fighting through it. I'm like, I hope I see like thousands of people on a battlefield just like with like arrows and swords stuck in them still fighting through it. I hope like you could see the detail of blood just coming out of their mouth and like them yelling as hard as they fucking possibly can at their enemies as they're trying to annihilate them every time.
I can hear my PlayStation taking off right now because the fans are just whirling right now.
Gotta open up the PlayStation and clear out the dust bunnies, man. That thing's gonna need a lot of power to run.
Yeah.
One thing that they talked about in the game, I thought that was really that's gonna be really cool, is they talked about two different types of battles, right? So you gotta have raids, which are essentially you going in with a crew. You're gonna go and raid and take out a village or scare a village, as they like to put it. There's so many different things and what it could potentially do for the game. And then there's large scale battles. Raids, I totally get. Raids have been around in games for a while. You just gather your team. Usually the loading screen loads up and you're just like on the boat ready to beach onto, whether if it's off a river or off the ocean. They just go in. What I'm curious about is the battle. Like, how large of a scale of a battle are we actually going to see in these games? Because when you see it in the trailer, there's hundreds of people on the battlefield. Are you, as an individual, able to just go in as the main character and totally attack anyone you want until you get to that main boss battle? Or is it just like a linear path of like, you fight this person, then this person, then this person, and then you get to the main person? I'm really curious about that. And how do you build up a squad of that size?
Yeah, I hope it's the former. I hope that you're on this large battle and you can kind of intervene in other people's one-on-one battles as you please and help people out, and it be like a huge dynamic battle that we can control and like aid in. I hope that that's the case. I don't know. They did say it was going to be epic scale battles. That was the word they used. So the words they used. So like I'm expecting epic scale battles, and I think that's what we need. That's what we want. Like everyone wants that. So but yeah, I don't know. Like the interesting part is that you said is like, how are we going to get there? And I think that's going to have to do with the settlements that they also talked about. Growing settlements in the way you want. They specifically mentioned that. So that's going to be something new and different. Can you gear your settlement towards one type of battle or another, or one type of combat or another? So I guess yet to see. Hopefully going to hear more on that, and hoping it's not linear and hoping it's more of like open, as they've tended to do. So we'll see.
And so, Steelman, I've got one final question that kind of ends this all up. We have a great game that looks amazing. It's a series that we trust. It's got pretty good reviews across the board. There's 12 games in the franchise. Obviously, the biggest thing here is they are launching this holiday season, 1 to 20, and this holiday season also includes new consoles. So have we learned anything from Ubisoft or heard anything about Valhalla and PS5 and Xbox Series X?
Yeah, so obviously with this coming new systems that are going to happen this holiday season, you're going to get a lot of ports, and this is unfortunately going to be one of them. It wasn't created for the Xbox Series X or the PlayStation 5. It was created for the old generation of consoles. So everything will be ported over. In a statement by Ubisoft Portugal, they mentioned that they are excited. Obviously, they're excited. I'm not. Woo! But they're excited to have improved graphics and improved load times. And it probably won't run in 4K on the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5, which means there won't be 60 frames per second. We won't see 60 frames per second, unfortunately, on either of the new consoles. So that's unfortunate. It means we won't see any crazy new big battles that are, now have double the amount of enemies or anything like that. It's just going to be improved graphics and improved load times, which woohoo.
Not as thrilling as we wanted it to be, but you want to know something in the end, team. You know, when we saw this trailer, Steelman and I were still stoked. The story looks strong. The gameplay is probably going to be crazy. Hopefully, all the things that we talked about today, Steelman, show up on this game on launch day.
Yeah, I agree. I hope that all those weapons and the environment's awesome and everything. I think it will be. I think I have high hopes for this one.
Perfect. Well, everybody, thank you all for tuning into the Daily Rage Quit. Weiss Steelman are happy to talk about Valhalla, and of course, we'll be getting into more trailers, texts, and reactions later on in our follow-ups in our series. But stay tuned for the next episodes coming up. Be sure to subscribe below, like or dislike. We like to know if you like our stuff or not. And of course, continue the conversation by commenting below. This is the Daily Rage Quit with Weiss and Steelman. Cheers, y'all.
Valhalla at your boy.